Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Learn with Graveloholic. My name is Marcus, and I am also known as the Graveloholic on Instagram. This is a show where you learn new things, where you get inspired, and where you might get answers to some of those questions that you might not have gotten on a day-to-day conversation with any of your friends or colleagues. I try to dig deep into the weeds of those personalities that we see on TV, on Instagram, on our social media, to ask those questions that I can't answer you, that you might ask me on social media. So why not get the experts, the true inspirational folks out there to help us with those things? Today we have a big one. Daniel Oss, former pro peloton rider, many years under his belt. We'll get into his history and his palmares in a little bit. And here are some of the things that we will be speaking to Daniel Oss about today.
I discovered gravel bikes helpful for my soul, for my body.
And the pain you must go through, or?
The pain is the same. There's nothing changed. Basically, you're pushing, and the pain is the same. Is at the end depending only about pain and legs that you have. For me, I want to stay loyal with Peter and stay with him, and I want to finish the career with him. That was my priority and
Mm-hmm.
my goal. The point is to inspire people, to inspire kids to try, and then we have probably to give them the opportunity to do everything to get there.
I hope that gets you really excited about the full interview, because there's a lot of stuff to it that Daniel Oss has to give us. Here he is.
But it's good if you start by hobby, like a hobby.
Absolutely.
You can
Absolutely.
do what you want actually. If beside you have a job, you are free to do what you really want. No, you don't have
Exactly.
to follow rules or stuff.
And that's kind of the thing as well, where I mean, how I started basically, I just did it as hobby, and then I just tried to stay sort of genuine and try to do my thing as well, and
Yeah.
and so I have no kind of obligations to anyone either, and I don't have any signed contracts with anyone either. It's like, so it's just,
Yeah, I got it.
so I mean, and that's kind of the freedom that you get.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
on contrary, maybe the freedom that you have now, I don't know. I guess you're still, you're not
Kind
you're
of,
not
yeah.
you're not a pro anymore, Daniel, but I mean, road peloton, right? But you're still
Hmm.
some kind of professional, I understand. So tell me about this whole new specialized gravel team. What's happening?
I mean, well, yeah, a lot of people ask me about that because actually, in fact, is something new, is something, for me, it's something new, but it's something that is growing. So it's work in progress still,
Hmm.
like a gravel
Yeah.
where basically starting one side and then is getting around with thousands of ways of riding the gravels bikes. And yeah, for me, basically, it's like stop my career as a pro, as a road cyclist. And, I had a good relationship with Specialized. Obviously, I love the brand, I love the bikes, and I love them, how they develop everything. So we get a deal, we get a contract, but that's the not the you mean I mean the funny way is like how we get into that this way.
Yeah.
So finishing with 15 years career in a road bike is obviously not sadness, but it's not something that I like to change. I like to grow, and as a person, as a man, priority is different now, no?
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, I didn't resign any contract with in the road, but a good way we specialize, we connect together for this gravel
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So for
exactly.
me, it was really special to arrive with them and start speaking about the calendar, how to do the race, and basically, I am an athlete, so as you mentioned before, I still a pro, I still an elite rider of Specialized. And from that also I asked to Sportful to connect with me. I asked to some other brands to help me to do this experience. And so now I'm a privateur, how they say
Exactly. I was
on
going to ask you
gravel.
about that. If you see yourself as a privateer now.
Exactly. So, the dreams, why not? Maybe depending how the gravel is growing and going, but pro why not? Could be possible to create a team or to develop some community ride. I don't know. That's really a white paper to draw
Exactly.
on something, uh, and in this way, gravel looks like more free.
Exactly. That's the thing, right? It's I can imagine if I mean I haven't been in the pro peloton myself, but having sort of doing everything more or less the same things every year for such a long time, it must be freedom right now to have to be able to set your own calendar to plan your own things. How
Yeah,
was it
that's
scary or was it just freedom?
no, it's really motivated for me. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's like yeah, I'm thinking like 15, 20 years doing the same things. But basically, I mean, the routine of athletes routine is the same. I can, how you say, I can plan my training. I
Hmm.
can plan my life. Of course, I didn't plan some training camp. I'm alone, so I didn't have to go in some training camp or some photo shootings teams and stuff. So basically, I have my freedom in terms of um, I'm a kind of not manager of myself.
Yeah.
So in the winter, I sitting down with the manager of specialized in gravel manager. I just asking what is good for them, what is cool for us doing something, and like UCI gravel series, Earth gravel series, and some lifetime like an Unbound. So we plan some races, and I plan with Sportful some jerseys. I now if the good season come, we can do some good photo shooting, maybe some other project with the Just Ride, or maybe some cool stuff that maybe we can show how cool is gravel.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's
Kind of.
awesome. But and was it I mean, I know that you did some stuff already while you still were with the Total Energies, right? You did the World Championship 2022. You also did Unbound 2022. So was it given sort of that you would start riding more gravel once you stopped the road career?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, probably this kind of first experience with the word, with Unbound. As a guest, we were there as a guest with Specialized. Um, I was not focused on gravel, but I was really attractive, and I really feel that something is part of me because, you know, uh, such a long career, such a long days on the road,
Hmm.
changing is good. And I discovered gravel bikes funny and really helpful for my soul, for my body, changing road, discovering road, and connecting to people, closing, because you have basically you really connect to the base. People who is doing gravel mostly is because they like stay away in the nature. They like discovering new places. They like to do some things for themselves, for the body, like sport, without any thinking about watts or time or
Yeah.
the efforts.
Yeah.
It's like just leaving the bike in the natural way. So pedaling, looking around, stopping, chatting, connecting people. So it was not really hard for me. understand how cool is gravel, how maybe how to connect myself with this word,
Mm-hmm.
and was not hard to try it. So with
Cool.
this background with the World Championship, I felt that wow, for sure the silver medal was really helpful
Mm-hmm.
to give me some some more motivation. Of course, at the end, I feel the agonism. I feel that the competition is still there.
Oh yes.
Sometimes you have to push. That's my background, and but at the same time, also in Unbound, I realize how many people is doing that. Why the challenging behind somebody. You
Mm.
know, for me, maybe 100 miles is nothing, but for somebody else is the race of life. But just because they can finish,
Exactly.
that's cool.
Yeah. What? So where are you right now? We chatted a little bit earlier. You just came home from a ride, you said, but where are you right now?
Yeah. This morning, because the weather is so bad now.
Yeah.
Spring here is like one day is good, looks like the next one is worse, but then the sun appears, so you hurry up and you go out. You try to accumulate some kilometers, you know.
Yeah.
So I was outside here. I'm living in the Garda Lake,
Oh,
the north
nice.
of Garda.
Yeah.
And yeah, here the gravel is special, a bit harder than normal, a bit technical,
Mm-hmm.
but pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you can connect some good track, you can get in a really good special places. And as you know, I have also to push a bit, so I have to do some intervals,
Mm-hmm.
some shit that I have to do to at least try to get in front and
Yeah.
try
Do you,
to do best result. Yeah.
do you still have a coach, or do you set
Yeah.
up your own schedule now?
No, I mean, I like to connect with a second person because alone sometimes I feel like I need some other opinion.
Uh-huh.
So with my old coach when I was in Bora also, is Pachi Villa.
Mm-hmm.
He's a kind of friend also. He's not only a trainer,
Yeah.
and he's helping also Sagan in the this adventure in the mountain bike.
Mm-hmm.
He's with Specialized. So yeah, I have a coach, and we try to get the best training we can do.
And do you both? I mean, now when you train, do you go out both on the road bike and on the gravel bike, or do you only do gravel
Yeah,
now, or how do you mix it?
I mix it. I like mixing
Yeah.
because Uh, I like it because the technical things with the gravel, I like to improve. I like to try some different tires. I have a couple of bikes, so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I try once, I try another one. If it's bad weather, I tried mud, I tried rocks, and I tried different stuff with technical things in the training in the gravel bike.
Mm-hmm.
But I still like riding the road bike. I like to do kilometers if I feel that maybe some today, back pain, or I don't feel that today is good going there, or if I have to do a couple of training in the road bike, it sometimes is good to pushing a bit
Yeah.
properly in that way. So
Yeah.
but it's just too professional and
And
technical things that I don't know if it's
are you? I mean,
nice to know.
obviously you came also from riding track, and you were really good in time trial as well, as I understood it. I mean, even you took, was it two gold medals in team time trial?
Yeah.
Do you still go out on a time trial bike as well, or?
No, that's difficult because you need a bike. Is a special bike.
Hmm.
No, basically no. I never. I did it last year for the races, but no, in the training I don't use anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm,
I'm I'm curious. I have never ever been on a time trial bike, and I mean,
okay.
as I understand, I mean, you really need to be really aero, right? And there is this, you need to lean down and everything, but still you need to push so many watts. I mean, How is that even possible? Is it what's the feeling like being sort of cramped up like that, being super aero and trying to push so many watts? It,
Yeah,
and the pain you must go through, or
the pain is the same. There's nothing changed. Basically, you're pushing, and the pain is the same. Is at the end depending only about pain and legs that you have results or painful is like, yeah, the same. But yeah, it's quite different because you feel motivated by the speed.
Mm,
You feel that you can go faster. You
yeah,
can get, you know, it's cool. The feeling is super nice.
yeah,
The setting also, the dress code that you had to do is
hmm,
like focus on that way, really aerial, and probably yeah, the must the sorry, the most difficult things to improve is to get used to the position,
yeah,
to get used to the position. So it's not a natural position. It's not um, immediately easy to push hard, as you say, in
mm,
that position. So you have to train, and it's only timing. You have to train. I don't know, a couple of days a week when you have to really be focused on.
yeah. Uh, to change gears a little bit, I'm curious about your history and your professional, right? And I mean, obviously most people know you as the guy that rode with and was lead out for Peter Sagan, but you started out being a lead out already for Elia Viviani, right? Currently in Ineos.
Hmm.
Back then, what how did that come naturally, or was it just something that you tried out, or did you want to be a lead out guy, or
No, I mean, when I was also under 23 in amateur riders, when I was younger, I was used to sprint.
mm,
Sometimes I won by a finisher, so I was like all out in the last K, couple of K, 5K to go. I was a kind of rider like that. Sadly, some good sprinters note me, so they try to teach me how we can improve together as a team to pulling and lead out for the finish when there is a chance.
mm-hmm,
Because okay, I'm not good in the really big bunch of sprinter, but I was good in a small bunch after,
mm-hmm,
hilly stage or stuff like that, and I can win or I can do my results. But in a really big bunch of sprinters, I can do a really good job. When I was young, I start with Kiki in Liquigas with Bennati. Now he's
okay, so you
the
started
director of
already,
national team.
okay,
Yeah, when I was really at the beginning of pro, I started with them. And then with Quintiato also, he teach me how to lead out the other sprinters, and we won good things.
yeah,
I was in the way with Guarnieri, Jacopo, with Elia Viviani, as you mentioned, and
yeah,
then okay, we connect a lot with Sagan, and we try also because he was the champions, as we know, and we finish a lot of races together in the small bunch. So when we get professional like that, we have a rule, and I was lead outer.
mm-hmm. Cool. What's the most difficult thing being a lead out guy? What is it?
Yeah, because you don't have to think only about you.
Yeah.
You have to think about your train, okay, your guys in the line. You have to think about your leader, and your leader have to save energy as much he can to get the last 200K or 500K fresh. So
Mm,
that's the probably the hardest things. Don't don't go where maybe you pass in the such a small places, but you have to think that you are two, not only you. So you
mm,
have to go where you can. You have to move smoothly. Such as these things are making the hardest job. And then of course you need legs, and you have to push in the right moment.
yeah. Obviously.
That's at the end. That's the not the smallest part.
Yeah. Was it speaking about Sagan? Was it? Did you sort of meet him? Was that the first time that when you joined Bora together with him, or did you meet him, work with
uh,
him earlier than that?
yeah, we connect together when we were in Liquigas. I
Ah,
passed
okay.
pro. I passed pro in 2009. He arrived 2010.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay. You were.
really, at the beginning, he arrived and nobody know him, and he was like really the kids and the big peloton.
Wow.
So, but we understand immediately that this was a champion. This guy was unbelievable already at the first training camp. He could climb with Basso. He could sprint with Benati. He was embarrassing, unbelievable.
Mm.
So he grew pretty fast in that
Yeah.
group.
I mean, his history and the number of wins that he's had, it's incredible.
Yeah.
We we don't need to spend too much time on him though, but I'm curious though. I was thinking once the contract with Bora came to an end, right? And you guys, there was some kind of decision. I don't know what happened, right? But you guys went to Total Energies instead. Obviously, that was at that time not a world tour team, right? So you went from world tour to a pro conti team. And was that did you ever think sort of, no, I want to stay in the world tour and I want to go to a different team, or was it sort of super obvious for you to go with Specialized and Peter and to Total Energies?
No, I mean, the story is like Bora didn't confirm and didn't, and probably they want changing. They want to go with more, especially for tours, more climbers,
Oh
and
wow, okay.
they didn't invest. But I mean, was normal. It's a kind of decision of the team,
Yeah,
and we respect. And this is the sport. It's
yeah.
changing and normal. But of course, we had a couple of years in front of us. We want to ride, and for me, I mean, I want to stay loyal with Peter and stay with him, and I want to finish the career with him. That was my priority and
Mm-hmm.
my goal. And our manager know that, and we create a group to stay together. That was the deal, and they create a deal and connection with Total Energy that Jean René, a special guy, and thanks of him, we did a couple of years, good years with him and with the Total Energy, with Specialized, with Sportful, and I guess and I believe that also Jean René, all the group was really honored
Mm.
to race with Peter and with this group, with me, Body, and all the others, and we try to get them what we learned in the last years, as
Mm.
a small team, uh, like Bora was before when Peter arrived. We want to get some good stuff, some good ideas, some good movement, some good feeling, and that's normal. Was a good experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, you're right. What happened now with Bora is that they are definitely focusing on
Uh,
Grand Tours instead, with
yeah.
staying on GC with Roglic and so forth.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's normal.
yeah, exactly. What to change gears a little bit? I'm curious to hear someone from Italy speak about Italian cycling. I mean, right now there's people talking about sort of this big six with Wout van Aert, with Van der Poel, with Jonas Vingegaard, and so forth. Tadej Pogacar, Remco, and Roglic. I think those are the six that people talk about. And there's no Italian in there. There's no French guy either, and there's no Spanish guy either. And kind of when I think about cycling to some extent and where the Grand Tours are, it is in those three countries that you have such a rich history, and then there is no one that is sort of on top of the game. How do you feel about Italian cycling in general right now, and what's going on?
Um, that's yeah, that's the true and the reality. But I believe in Italians riders and Italians movement because we have a lot of riders, we have a lot of champions, and we have a lot of potential. But I understand, and we can see that we don't have in Italy some really good big pro tour team.
Mm.
We don't have a really big school where we can develop champions, and that's probably our problem to get the champions. But by the way, we have somebody that can compete, because we can see, maybe now not at that level for sure we can, because we can say that because it's true. um, we can say that probably we have really good rider and good champions as Bettiol, Jonathan Milan. We have Ghana. We have Trentin is still there. Also,
Hmm.
is getting older, but is still really competitive. And these riders are really good. They win. They can do a really good stuff. But yeah, we can say also that in the last World Championship we finish fourth, fifth, seventh. We are always top 10,
Mm.
but we never get really the gold.
Yeah.
We never get the really good race, and yeah, that's a pity. And for sure, we is not with the background that we had. We deserve maybe another Moser. We
Yeah.
deserve another Nibali. We
Exactly.
deserve another champions like that. It's hard moment, but probably I hope they're gonna change soon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm Swedish, so we don't have any great writers at all. So I'm not compared. But one thing that you actually said is a little bit similar. That since we in Sweden do not have any, we don't have. I think we have one Conti team now. It's not even Pro Conti,
Mhm.
um, but they're obviously not a World Tour team either from Sweden. So that's something that is very problematic. I think when trying to sort of nurture talent, as you say. So
It's true. Is that one? I mean, is that probably we should start from really the beginning, from elementary school,
mm,
from the base, maybe help from the government. Okay, it's probably high speaking now, but in England, I know in Croatia, there are some good schools, in Switzerland, in Germany, in
mm,
Austria. They have this culture of promoting, cycling, and get trying to the kids trying the bikes, and they create races, community, and probably football is more easy, going swimming pool is more easy. I don't know, I speak in uh, as I thinking, but
yeah, 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 it's okay.
it's hard now to put a kids on the bike. And
Yeah,
if you start from the beginning, you don't have kids, you can't really start when you are older.
yeah.
Or if you start, only one, two can get it and probably can win or can do really the big difference.
Do you think now? I'm also thinking, just thinking outside the box. But do you think actually that gravel could be such a thing where you could attract people more easily? So to also sort of that could be a way to get in instead of sort of having to go all through the different ranks that you have to go through in traditional road cycling, basically. Um,
Gravel and like other sports. I mean, the important is to get sport to start something, and
mm,
as you grow, then can be that somebody came from other sports. That's okay. Gravel for sure is a good way to promote and um, to invite somebody to try and to you know
yeah,
but what we say to to find another champions is to create really big group of people that can try, and then from 1,000 people, probably 110,
yeah.
even five is super good results to get them in the
Yeah. And then they
in
push each
the
other as well, and all you get all
of
that
course,
momentum as well.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, How do you see yourself in that role now, being sort of more of an ambassador and influencing people? Are you part of that as well, trying to attract people to the sport, do you think?
Yeah, I am. I'm. When I was young, I was with a team. They call it US Aurora, and it's a small was a small is a small team because it's still alive. It's a small team here in my hometown in Trento, and now I have more time. I have more capacity to help, and I'm helping them to promote the young guys to start and try cycling,
Nice.
because the point is to inspire people, to inspire kids to try, and then we have probably to give them the opportunity to do everything to get there.
Mm.
That's the goal, and I feel good. I mean, I do what I can, and we'll see. That's our some that's our probably now our rule now to try to get them, try to give them what 10, 20 years ago they give us.
Exactly. To give back. I think that's awesome.
Mm.
And that's really do and how do they react when you came and started joining them again? Or was they sort of
Yeah,
are they starstruck just like me, or do they listen to you?
no, no, they really they are really happy. My license now, my cycling license is with them,
Ah,
because
okay.
I need a license, and
Yep.
I just subscribe my Italian license with them.
Mm-hmm.
Is nothing, because it is not because I'm with them that they are more, but just to be there, to know that I'm part of the organization of the team, can be good for them and for the future. Now we'll see what happens. Now the season of the baby starts, and probably we can be more together, and you know in terms of inspiration is really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's super good. What and speaking about inspiration, I usually like to talk about this to the folks on the show. Like, what inspires you and what motivates you now when you maybe are not sort of pro, but still a pro. But how do you keep going? What motivates you?
That's a good question. Probably because I love cycling. That's the things, yeah, above of everything. And I like riding my bike, but probably the most thing that I love it is um, riding with somebody else. You know, training is one thing, since I like training alone. When I have to do my threshold, you know, my effort and stuff, I like to go by myself. I know my
Mm,
timing, I know all the shit. But
yeah,
when I really love to enjoy my mountains, my lake, I really love to be with somebody, and that's probably another step that I would love to improve, to I don't know, to connect people, to do more social ride, to do more challenging together. That's I like it really.
yeah, and that sounds awesome. I'm a little bit curious. I mean, I saw you now on TV on the Breakaway show
Mhm.
with GCN and Eurosport. How did that feel, and how did it come to be that you came onto the show? It was awesome having you there.
I had a really good relationship also with them, with Eurosport. I was in the studio, in Italian studio, with a couple
Hmm.
of time with Luca Gregorio and Riccardo Magrini.
Ah,
They are
okay.
the speakers. But Ferguson called me from England, and he asked me if I can enjoy them to Breakaway studio, and sometimes also to speak with speakers in
Hmm.
UK for the channel in UK and US. On Plus, I think, is the channel in US. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But by the way, I really was super exciting. Was really nice. It's a bit strange because, okay, my mother language is not English, of course, and I feel like a bit. out of my comfort zone, but not probably not for the languages, but probably because when you are in the studio, you have to follow some different rules. You know, you have
Mm.
the cameras, you have the screen, somebody's asking you something in the in the ears, and that's strange, but it's also nice, exciting. You have to listen, you have to speak, you have to watch it, and that's nice experience. Really, I hope they call me back again.
Yeah, I thought you did super. I mean, I probably would have been super nervous as well. I mean, as you say, they speak British English as well. For me, it's sometimes a little bit hard to understand with the accents and everything. They speak really fast, and it's,
Yeah,
as you say, all the different cameras and even having the earpiece. And
yeah, yeah, of
I
course.
would have been. I'm impressed. I think that was super super
But it's
cool.
nice. It's nice. It's nice. The
Yeah,
building. I mean, everything you enter, you see. You know, is the building of the sport. You can
yeah,
see. You can watch it around, and you see one screen is swimming, one screen is tennis, one screen is. You know, it's cool.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. But I need to ask you. It's today is Saturday and tomorrow is Sunday. It's the Ronde van Vlaanderen, RV. Who wins?
Mm.
What's your guess?
Yeah, it's too easy. I mean, if I know, it will be easy to bet.
Hmm,
But you know, now I mean, the circle is getting closer because yeah, we know Van Aert is out.
yeah,
The track is not so strong anymore with Asturias and the other guys really strong. So Van der Poel is the favorites above
yeah,
everyone. He showed that he can win. He show, I mean, track shows in Gandwagen that can get, you know, they can put him in the trouble when he have to follow, when he have to defend. But now I don't know. Probably it could be that the race explode really early and he can't really follow everything,
yeah.
and probably it can be that anarchy uh, anarchy would be the hashtag of the race.
Exactly. Uh,
But how he raised now is really hard to get him in
yeah,
troubles without any big team working together,
yeah,
or a couple of team they collaborate, but I don't see that in the new cycling somebody else
yeah,
collaborate with others. So I see Van der Poel like the best.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the safest bet. I think he's also you wouldn't get too much money back if you actually bet on him either. So
Yeah, yeah,
but so taking that the racing, I mean, obviously you've had some good results as well in the couple classics last year or 2 years ago, was it? You had a little bit of unluck. You did not finish some of them. But how do you compare the racing on the road and now the gravel? I think because for me it looks a little bit different from where I see it, and also how you raced in the UCI World Championship, where you went on a 150K breakaway basically, and that doesn't happen too often on the road scene. So
of course it's super different.
what's your feeling about the difference in between the racing gravel
But
and road?
probably the first world championship that you mentioned that I was finished second was really the beginning was
Yeah.
really anarchy race. It was unbelievable that and nobody knows nothing about what's going on. So it was like all in from the beginning
Hmm.
and then slowly arrive to the finish. So at that time my objective, my goal was like, okay, I go on the break, whatever, and I expect that maybe more people were in the break
Hmm.
because the start was really tricky. But that then we were two, and behind everyone was watching Van der Poel, you
Exactly.
know. So it was like kind of strange situation. Perfect finish like that. Now probably I can see okay. Now we are in the situation where the gravel is quite the same. in different races. Is still all in from the beginning. Is really hard, really technical, and really a lot of watts than
Yeah.
average watts. But it's super different compared to the road races, because you don't have a big teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
You probably there are a lot of privateurs like me
Yeah.
that is working alone. There are a lot of teams, but it's not really big teams with 3 or 4 riders. But also these 3 or 4 riders can really do the races as in the like in the road. So you can't really pull a lot to close the gap, and then somebody else is sprinting or stuff. It's like all in. Who is in front in the last K, the last also maybe 50K, and we're speaking about 10, 20 riders,
Mm.
and then slowly the road can give you the winner. It's
Yeah.
like pushing and trying and attacking, but it's not really a teamwork.
Yeah.
So it's pretty different. It's like the last 100K on the road bike.
Yeah.
Now we can see that the race is open and finishing at 100 to go.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
But obviously we have a lot of different things, like we don't have cars behind. We have to change by ourselves, or sometimes there are some places where you can find your mechanic or your soigneurs to with a wheel
Mm-hmm.
or with something that you can change. But if you flat tire in the really bad moment, you are alone and you have to adjust
Yeah.
everything by yourself. um,
Do you like it like
Also
that,
the
or do you miss kind of the team feeling and the support that you get when racing?
But it's okay. I like it. I like
Mm-hmm.
it. I like thinking about me, about somebody else. If it's kind of also a lot of. If the race is really long, we can help each other a bit, maybe with water
Yeah.
or food or stuff like that, because you need the kind of sometimes hydro box, hydro something. You need also a lot of food, and sometimes you are really alone from for a lot of time. So
Yeah.
but I like is something like this. And then UCI Gravel Series, everyone in every race is around 150, 120. We are speaking about 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. Okay, maybe if you get 200K, 6 hour more, if
Yeah.
it's more technical, more climbing or not, but maximum 6. If you're speaking about the track, probably is longer, or unbound 200 miles, we can get there at 10 hours, but that's another race completely.
Exactly. It's a
We,
completely different thing. Speaking about Unbound, I heard there was, I don't remember who said it now, there was on another podcast that I listened to. Someone said that Maciej Mohoric, I mean, obviously he won Gravel Worlds last year, right? So he's doing pretty good, and he seems to be pretty keen on doing Unbound as well, and that he was potentially bringing a couple of Bahrain guys with him. So to make a
ah,
little bit of a team for Unbound. Well, have you heard about that, or what do you think about it?
no, I didn't know. I didn't know. It could be nice to have. I mean, if more riders like us or him can can be at this kind of big races, is always super cool for the ambient, for the
Hmm.
gravel world, of
Yeah.
course. As a world championship, as a world champion, is really good to have to have him at the unbound. Could be really nice, and he can easily do a good result.
Exactly.
But as we mentioned before, it's like also sometimes you can flat, you can have a lot of problems. But if you get some good teammates,
Mm.
why not? It's really it's motivated also other riders to try to improve, other teams to understand what is the best way to beat them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a good thing.
Exactly. Cool. What I need to ask you, Specialized has quite a few different models of bicycles, right? And I could see that there is maybe three that is pretty good actually to use for gravel. You can use the crossbike, the Crux, you can use the Roubaix basically that has a little bit of
Hmm.
suspension, and you can use the
Hmm.
Diverge. Which
Hmm.
do you use them all, and which is your favorite?
Oh well, this is a really long question. No, I use everything, and then if you're thinking about these three bikes, we can also mention the wheels and also how you can set it,
Of
because
course.
also that's different.
Yeah.
So start with the Crux. Crux is amazing because it's light. It's somehow you can thinking about ethos. Really good design, really old school, cool, light, and stiff enough to push, and feeling that you push on the bike what you
Mhm.
get from the bike what you push. For sure, you don't have this kind of suspension that you find in Roubaix and Diverge just here, but at the end, if you put a kind of tubeless with 47 that is really good fix on the crux, you
Absolutely.
can get at the end a really good feeling when you hit something, or
Yeah.
in the different terrains. And yeah, thinking about mad, or um, you know fields, or really gravel,
Yeah.
you can really good bike to handle. Is pretty good. I feel good. Really, it's a good bike. Probably for a long distance, for long or for quite technical things, you feel that is really stiff, and sometimes you miss something.
Hmm.
But because maybe you feel on when you are on the gravel circuit, you are not really on the road that you have to be straight and you have to push, only push. You need also good, how you say, good feeling on your body.
Yeah.
So also the back, the arms and stuff. So, and then that's a really good bike.
Hmm.
We can speaking about Roubaix. Roubaix is super good bike. I like a lot. I use the old one for the world champions that I
Ah,
finished
okay.
second. I use in the last race in Santa Vai
So
in
in
Girona.
Girona, Spain, yeah.
Yes, I had the double chain ring,
Yep.
but I put the one now with the
Okay.
SRAM, the red SRAM Explorer.
Uh-huh.
Everything is like that, and I'm feeling better, because
Nice.
if you have the double, it's hard when you turn and you get the ramp and then down and stuff. So if you think about only back and that's it, it's
Yeah.
really good. You can really find your gear easily, and super nice bike for that. You can use 38 tubeless, 42 tubeless, but no more.
Mm.
So it's really
Okay.
aerodynamic, and for
Yeah.
that the wheels can pass really close to the frame.
Uh-huh.
Probably that's not a problem, but when it's really mad, when it's raining and things, probably can can really get a problem if you collect a lot of stuff around the wheel. But if you are there and you know that, you change for another bike. So
Exactly.
if it's dry and quite how you say, quite technical, and really fast, we can say, even in the ramps and the climb, is a really good bike,
Mm.
because with this also Super Shock 2.0 is
Exactly.
super nice. Is super nice and comfortable. Probably you can flat less than another, because the bumping and the
Mm.
suspension can help the wheels don't really crash on the hole,
Yeah.
or crash on something really hard. And the feeling that you have also on the saddle
Mm.
is quite good. So on the back, on the arms, you're feeling super good.
Yeah.
you have not the feeling that you feel after 4 or 5 hours bad,
Yeah.
It's good. And yeah, that's it. For the Diverge, probably is the best bike ever for touring.
Mm.
And for it's really comfortable even for races. I
Yeah.
use a lot in the training, and I try to do everything like climbing, downhill, flat part. I try really to push the bike in the extreme situation where you really have to be fast and able to handle the bike. It's really good. You can block the suspension on your frame.
Ah,
You can
okay.
block the suspension even on the bar, on
Uh-huh.
the handlebar. So basically, you can fit a bike with Roubaix, like Roubaix,
Yeah.
okay, with this similar joint,
Yeah.
the point, and the feeling in the long distance is really good, super good, amazing.
That's awesome. I mean, that's
Probably you can put also there 38, 42, and 47, even the largest of
mm,
Specialized. Probably the one more, but in gravel we don't use it. And you can set it with everything you want. I use SRAM. For in that bike, I still have the Eagle, red SRAM Eagle, but probably I change for Explorer also
yeah.
there. But for now, nothing
Yeah.
doesn't change. So
That's what I have on my new bike too, and I actually like it a lot as
mm-mm.
well. So yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah.
But
That's
that's
super.
it. 3 bikes, but a lot of things to thinking about. Yeah, and different wheels because we have
Exact.
Pella and the Roval if you want to be faster or aerodynamic and things.
hmm
So
I mean,
everything you can fit with different tubeless. But
and that's the thing, right? When it's so funny when people ask me, or I mean, I spoke to Alison Tetrick about this last week as well. Like when people ask you, like, what should I use, or what do you ride, and there's like. It's the answer from my side is like always. It depends what you should do because it
yeah,
depends on
yeah,
how you want to ride, how you if you want to be comfortable, if you want to go fast, are you going out long, are you short rides, is it what kind of terrain is it? As you say, there's so many different
yeah,
choices
yeah, yeah,
that you can
yeah, yeah.
make.
That's cool even for because the public who is riding the bikes now in gravel is bringing a lot of people with different needed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh man, I have the sun in my face here now. You can see it. I'm getting all white, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Well, finally, there's some sun. They said that
Yeah,
tomorrow it might actually be a
here
little bit
not.
warmer up here. So I'm crossing my fingers for nice weather tomorrow. It's been really cold. We were out
Hope so.
earlier and we were super cold, me and my son. Oh yeah, it is what it is.
Good.
What are you looking forward to now this year? I mean, you mentioned that you have already a schedule, but there are some big races there. What's going to be your
Yeah, now, yeah, but I know because now at seventh we have an in Austria UCI series, a race of UCI series. Uh, can I find the name? Because
Oh, it starts already now.
yeah, we start with the Santa Vai, and now there is a UCI World Series. The first one is the 7th April, and I don't know if the pronunciation is good, but it's Vortensee.
Ah, okay.
Vortensee.
Yeah, yeah,
Vortensee.
yeah, yeah. Cool. And you're riding that one.
Vortensee gravel race. Yes, I ride this one. And then I will do the ambassador for Tour of the Alps.
Uh-huh.
Is a race for the road rider here
True. I've
for a
heard about that
pro.
one. Yeah.
So I will be there to with the organization. I'm gonna help them as a PR.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 25th of April there is a UCI World Series in Orosei, is
Yeah.
in Sardinia.
Hmm.
And then there is the Traca. I will do the 200.
200. Yeah.
And then at 12th of May, there is another UCI series in Germany.
You're
And
doing a
then
lot of them, huh?
probably I will fly to US for Unbound,
Hmm.
the 1st of June.
Are
And
you?
then from there, I try to organize again the schedule
Oh,
with
okay. Okay. Okay.
Specialized.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I will most likely do the UCI race, which is in my hometown where I am right now, which is
Ah,
called Halmstad in Sweden. I really hope that you come. That would be fun.
ah, no, I heard it. I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but it's
awesome.
in July. No, when is
August
it? August.
and,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and end of August, end of August. So it's pretty late in the season.
Okay, okay. I heard that.
You should put it in
Probably
your
the week
calendar.
before. Yeah, yeah, but I have all the calendar. It's UCI, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, I had everything. Yeah, I was reading that. It's probably the week before the one in Italy,
Ah, okay.
by the way.
La
Yeah.
Monstrata.
Monferrata, yeah.
Yeah,
Mosferato.
yeah. Cool. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. I wish I will definitely try to do that one, but I will also try to do one or two others. It would be super fun. There's so many of them now, and they're so cool as well because they're very different depending on where you are in Europe as well, right?
Ah,
The gravel is
okay.
very different. Um,
Cool.
so I
Good.
really hope. Also, I wish that you have a great season, Daniel, and really wish
Thank
that
you.
you obviously you will qualify for the World Championships. Otherwise, I'm going to be.
I hope so.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be a bit upset with you if you don't.
No, no.
And then I'll
I
cross
will,
my
I will.
fingers that you beat
I will
the
try.
road guys when they show up in Belgium.
Okay, okay. No, but it's good, I have no any things against, and I like to compete. It's okay.
No, it's a little bit of a joke. It's funny. I think it's actually good for the sport in general when there is that
Of
crossover.
course.
I have no problem with with people coming from the pro scene, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it was just like what you did as well when you came to Unbound that year, 2022, was it right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard and I listened to podcasts, and there were people talking about, oh, Daniel Oss and Peter Sagan is coming. Are they going to like
Mm.
really hammer it now, or are they going to
No.
race it? It's going to do it differently and everything. They were super worried about you guys coming. And I was like, why not?
Yeah.
I think it's just good. Um, so
Then we were there really just enjoying people.
yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't want to race.
How was it? Was it?
It was nice. It was good. It was nice. It was for us. Was a day we were in Utah for a big training camp before Tour de
Oh, okay.
France. We stopped in Unbound just
Mm,
for enjoying the day. We were there. We stay with the people, and then we fly back Europe for the Tour de France. So for us was really a transition day. It was nothing
yeah.
about racing or compete or getting against the gravels boys.
I love that. 200 miles unbound. It's a transition day.
No, we did the 100. We did the 100.
Oh, you did the 100. Okay, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
mm.
we did 100. No, we were there just for 100. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's super cool. Thank you very much, Daniel, for taking the time. This has
No,
been
you're welcome.
this has been amazing.
It
I
was
really
nice to meet
appreciate
you.
you, and I really wish that you have a nice Easter as well. And yeah,
You
that's.
too,
I hope you have a great season.
of course.
Thank you again, Daniel. That was fantastic. Super excited to have that conversation with you. I'm a little bit envious, as I said, you being in Italy, having the weather that you have, the surroundings, the views. I would wish that I was there too. Maybe one day. Who knows? I hope you like this content. Please leave me a review, a comment, a like, a subscribe if you do, because there's more coming. And there might be even other things that I'm kind of creating as well. That's coming in the future. So that's a little bit of a teaser. Stuff is in the works, so to say. But if not, I'll see you again next week for a new episode of Learn with Graveloholic. Until then, bye.